The Blind Man and the Elephant by John G. Sachs. It was 6 men of Hindustan, to learning much inclined, who went to see the elephant, though all of them were blind, that each by observation might satisfy his mind.
When did you notice it? First notice it?
Have to be maybe 4 or 5 months ago.
4 or 5?
Oh. I'd say about 3 months now.
Maybe about a year.
A year ago?
About a year.
In this spot?
No, but it was off and on.
Yeah.
I noticed it last year on St. John's and Franklin Avenue.
Okay.
Then they moved to Union Street and Franklin Avenue. They came back here on Bigger Place, Franklin Avenue.
Thank you.
5 months ago?
Yeah, 5 months ago.
I first noticed it the day I lived in an apartment here, which was early September of 2010. So I've only been here for a few months.
I first noticed it now about a year and 6 months, right to today.
Approached the elephant, and happening to fall against his broad and sturdy side, at once began to bawl.
And what is it for?
Surveillance.
Yeah.
They like to keep everything under concentration. They just want to make sure that everybody sees their presence and they don't try to, try anything out of the ordinary. Because nobody, I guess it's just to really make it really a little bit safer.
Right. What is it
It's
for?
to scare away the riffraff, basically. People hang on the corners. Certain areas have drug dealing.
Safety. I mean, for safety, peace of mind.
Yeah.
I don't know
what
if it,
way?
huh? I don't know if it really. No, it does make a difference because it does deter, the person. But it's here. It's for safety reasons.
Yeah.
It's for the crimes in the area, the crime, everything in the area. They're trying to clean the neighborhood up.
The command, I'd imagine that it's supposed to keep the block safe, like it's like a security apparatus, I suppose.
And they say it's so that they can. We've asked the cops many times because we hate it, and they say that it's because the subway is right up there and they like to review the subway. But we are totally convinced that it's so they can see through the windows of these buildings and these bodegas, especially.
Well, I imagine it's for deterrent to crime.
The second, feeling of the tusk, cried, "Ho, what have we here? So very round and smooth and..."
How does it make you feel?
I had mixed feelings about it at first, but no real, negative feeling towards it now. Kind of annoying at first. The light was really bright, but now it's a little bit more convenient. And they're quiet, they keep to themselves, It's just their presence is the real, kind of reason they put it there.
Other than it's an ugly sight, it doesn't make me feel much different. It just kind of makes the streets a little bit clearer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a change for me, but I know they're trying to show us that they're doing their job.
Yeah.
So it does feel like, okay, well, they are working,
Right.
and they know something's going on here. So that's why it's placed here. So I know they're more aware of the circumstances. So it can go either way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's kind of ugly.
Yeah.
I wasn't angry. I mean, they got a job to do, just like I got a job to do.
I feel comfortable. I feel secure.
Yeah.
I do, yes. I live in the neighborhood since 73. I feel good. I know take pictures of the crowds when I'm in the neighborhood. We have the neighborhood out.
I actually like it, just because this block, it's cool in the day, but at night, it's it gets kind of sketcy. And I think just like having this here, kind of like, like the fights and the arguments, like it would definitely been cut down to like minimum. So I think it's good, in that sense.
Terrible. I hate it. It doesn't make me feel any safer. It just makes me feel violated. And I think really diminishes morale in the neighborhood. I don't know. When I first saw it, I felt scared. Like, why do we need this mobile police station? And now I just feel frustrated. I live a few blocks from here, and I've been robbed twice. So my feeling is it doesn't do a whole lot. I don't think it's a deterrent. And when I first saw it, I wondered oh my God, why do we need this thing? And now I just feel frustrated.
I'm even more pleased when I see a law enforcement agent at one of those cars behind the station.
Yeah.
Yes.
third approached the animal and happening to take the squirming trunk within his hands, thus boldly up he spake.
Has it changed the feeling of the neighborhood?
I've seen the biggest change now because people walk around a little bit more freely.
Yeah.
Usually this block right here, Lincoln is scarce. Nobody really, for years, it's actually been.
It's a little bit more calmer. The energy's calmed down a lot. People feel like even at nighttime, you can walk around a little bit more at ease.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
For myself, I feel peace of mind.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really do.
Good of the neighborhood, I think it's better.
Yeah?
Yes, we need this.
I think it's a bit obnoxious in a little bit, but I think that it serves its purpose, and I think that, yeah, I'd prefer to have it here than not have it here.
People joke about it a lot. There's a coffee shop around the corner, and like, there's always a lot of speculating about like when will we lose the spy tower? When are we gonna get more spy towers?
Right.
I don't know if it's changed it only because it was here when I got here, but it certainly doesn't help things.
It's caused the crime doers to be a little more reluctant, and the residents they feel a bit safer.
The fourth reached out his eager hand and felt about the knee.
What do you think kids think about it?
I don't even think they really think twice about it. I don't think the kids really even notice it or think anything about it.
They don't know unless you explain to them. Because as a child, you view life differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they just probably think it's part of the scenery, really, until you break it down. Because they get used to the inner city life, so they don't get to really see any change, you know?
Yeah.
Kids, you know, kids are kids. So they're going to adapt to anything. So.
Yeah.
So what can you say? It's up to the parents to explain to them. So.
They say, I think maybe there's a tour.
I'm not even sure. I'd imagine kids probably see it and they think it's pretty cool. You know, it's like the G.I. Joe command post in that sense. You know, I guess if I was a kid, I would think it was pretty cool. Of course, at that age, you look up to like police officers, and you know, you think they're like so cool and this and that. So yeah, they probably think it's a pretty cool thing.
I would suspect it depends on their age. I can imagine like a really little kid thinking it's kind of sweet because it's like, you know, goes like way up in the air. But for the most part, I think it causes fear more than it does like feelings of comfort.
Yeah, at all. Not at all. Those children, I consider them like 2 to 6. The years like 11 above, they're the ones that contribute to the crime sometimes. Because I've been a victim of it myself, you know. By ones that you call kids, they're announced to me they have to be 11 and 18 and they're attacking me.
The fifth, who chanced to touch the ear, said, "E'en the blindest man can tell what this resembles most."
What do you call it? What have you always called it?
I don't usually talk about it, but everybody knows what it is. It's just like a station. It's a police station. I would call it a tower. It's just a tower.
The cherry picker, the kiosk in the sky. The police kiosk in the sky,
What did I call it?
Yeah.
All right. Honestly, I say it's a deterrent.
I call it the police camera machine. That's what it is. Police camera machine. That's what it is.
I call it the command center. Yeah, we always joke about it.
We call it the spy tower. Yeah, I think a lot of people call it that.
I don't know what to call it.
Yeah, that's...
I never talk about it at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to call it.
No,
I just call it a station. If I need to call it anything
something.
like that, station.
And so these men of Indostan disputed loud and long, though each was partly in the right. Moral. So oft in theologic wars, the disputants, I ween, rail on in utter ignorance of what each other mean, and prate about an elephant not one of them has seen.